For a lot of businesses, IT support is basically the fire department, right? You only really think about them when something's on fire. But what if your tech team was less like a firefighter and more like an architect, someone who's actually designing a stronger future for your business? Well, today, we're going to dig into that exact shift, from just putting out fires to building a real strategic partnership.
And this question really nails it, doesn't it? Is your IT a firefighter or a futurist? I mean, is your team just constantly reacting, running from one crisis to the next? That's your firefighter. Or are they a futurist? Someone who's looking down the road, anticipating what you'll need, and actually using tech to open up new doors for the business. See, one just keeps the lights on. The other helps you win the game.
So that difference in thinking, it really comes down to two very different paths you can take. On one hand, you've got what's called remote managed services. Just think of this as the standard traditional IT support. But then on the other hand, there's full managed services. And that is a whole different ballgame. It's a philosophy that takes your IT provider from being just a help desk to being a genuine strategic partner.
Okay, so it's one thing to just say an approach is better, but how do you actually prove it, right? The proof isn't in some fancy sales pitch or a long list of features. Nope, it's in the numbers. It's all about measuring what customers actually think and feel about the service they're getting.
So just think about that for a second. When you're talking about a partnership, how do you even measure success? I mean, it's got to be more than just, hey, the servers didn't crash today. It's really about trust, it's about value, and it's about genuine satisfaction. And it turns out there's a really good way to measure exactly that. All right, so let's look at one key number, 81. Now, right now it's just a number, sitting there. But you have to understand, in the world of customer satisfaction and loyalty, a number this high is, well, it's practically a unicorn. It tells you a story about an absolutely exceptional partnership.
What this is a Net Promoter Score, or NPS, of 81 for these full managed services customers. Now, to give you some context, any score over 70 is considered world-class. So 81, that's not just good, it's off the charts. It's screaming proof of a superior customer experience. So, what's the secret sauce? I mean, how do you even get a score like that?
Well, a score that high definitely doesn't happen by accident. It's actually built on 6 core pillars. Think of these as the specific strategies that take a regular service and turn it into something that creates incredible value and, clearly, a lot of satisfaction. So, let's break them down, starting with the first one.
All right, first up is something called enterprise-grade change management. I know it sounds a little jargony, but stick with me, because its impact is all business. All it really means is that nothing, and I mean nothing, happens in your tech environment by accident. Every single change, every little update, every patch, it's all controlled, it's documented, and it's totally transparent.
And the real power here is what this process gives the business. You get total transparency. Imagine this. Audits are suddenly no big deal, because all the paperwork is right there, ready to go. And maybe most important of all, you can sleep at night knowing your systems and your data are protected. It's basically trading chaos for discipline.
Okay, building right on top of that discipline is pillar number 2, Application Lifecycle Management, or ALM for short. This is pretty much the perfect antidote to outdated, clunky software. So instead of just letting your tech get old and dusty, ALM is this proactive system that's constantly delivering bug fixes and new features. It makes sure your business always has the sharpest tools in the shed.
And the impact on the business? It's huge. Better ALM means more uptime, fewer headaches, fewer glitches. It helps you become a much more agile company, one that's actually ready for what's next, because your technology is an asset, not an anchor holding you back. You get to be ahead of the curve, not just trying to keep up.
Pillar number 3 is all about speed when, things inevitably break. It's called mean time to repair, and it's pretty much what it sounds like. How fast can we fix this? The key is taking a holistic view, looking at the whole tech stack, not just one little piece. When you do that, you can find and fix problems way, way faster, and that means less downtime for everyone.
All right, so better processes, faster fixes. That's all great, but what does it actually mean for the bottom line? Let's talk money. That brings us to our next couple of pillars, which are all about lowering your risk and, you guessed it, improving the financial picture.
Just take a look at this. It tells a really clear story about cost. With standard IT, your spending can be all over the place, right? Huge, unpredictable spikes for some emergency fix or a surprise upgrade. But with fully managed services, that proactive approach smooths everything out. Your spending becomes predictable, and a lot of the time, the total cost actually goes down.
And look, this isn't some kind of magic trick. This predictability comes directly from being proactive with security and maintenance. When you start focusing on the total cost of ownership and you handle risks before they blow up into 5-alarm emergencies, you get real financial control.
Okay, pillar number 5. This might be the most important one of all. It's strategic alignment. This is the moment your IT provider stops being just the tech folks and starts having a seat at the strategy table. They become an orchestrator, making sure that every single tech decision is tied directly to what the business is trying to achieve.
So here's how that actually works. The provider basically acts as a bridge, connecting the technical teams with the business leaders, two groups that often don't speak the same language. And when you get that connection right, technology is no longer just a line item on a budget. It becomes a powerful engine that actually drives the business forward.
And that brings us to our final pillar, firepower. Pure and simple. This is about having access to deep, specialized expertise, ready to go at a moment's notice. It's about agility. It means the absolute right experts are on the right problem right away. And that is crucial for keeping any business disruption to a bare minimum.
So, okay, when you take all 6 of those pillars and you put them together, the picture becomes really, really clear. The whole conversation changes. It's not just about support tickets and server uptime anymore. It's about something much bigger, a true partnership.
And the difference really is night and day. Traditional support, it's reactive. A partnership, it's proactive. One is just trying to keep things as they are, while the other is actively pushing the business forward. It's the difference between seeing tech as just another cost and seeing it as a powerful strategic asset.
At the end of the day, this isn't really a technical decision, is it? It's a business decision. The choice you're making isn't just about who's going to answer the phone when something breaks. It's about whether you want to unlock real, measurable business value. Things like lower risk, predictable costs, and technology that's actually helping you hit your goals.
And that really is the promise here. It's about delivering so much more than just IT services. It's about delivering strategic value, operational excellence, and a real measurable impact on your business. That's the difference between just having a vendor and having a partner.
So I'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. Take a look at your own organization, at your current IT provider, and ask yourself this. Is our IT partnership just keeping the lights on, or is it delivering real, measurable business impact? Because honestly, the answer to that question could change everything.